Mike, let's do this, yo. Watchalong.
What's up, everybody? Western Conference Final, Seattle Sounders, Minnesota United. I am Mike Guyomi, Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast, hanging out with my co-host over there, Nick Pateras. We are about to talk some MLS Western Conference Final action. Seattle Sounders hosting Minnesota United. Dude, are you ready to have some fun?
Mike, I have been sipping a cocktail for the last hour and a half. Kids are in bed. Wife is watching her show. We got people talking soccer. We've got live action. We got Western Conference. I'm pumped, dude. This is it, man. A lot of people asking when the game is going to start, and I think it is just kicking off. I'm watching.
We got probably about 5 minutes or so till kickoff. The Fox Sports 1 stream for the United States. They've got a little countdown behind Alexi Lawless and whoever else is with them, and it's counting down. It's funny, these games you can't count on when they're going to start. Like in the beginning of the playoffs, they were sitting at starting at like 15-20 minutes past kickoff. Then they went down to like 10. Then the other night for Minnesota and Sporting Kansas City, it was literally like 3 minutes after the start of it. So you don't know. This one a little bit longer than usual, but hey, we got plenty to talk about in the lead up to this one. We've both got Seattle as our picks. We're going to talk about the scoreline in just a few minutes, but first up, I want to talk about the lineup. So we've got Seattle and Minnesota both playing very, very similar lineups from what they did just the last game that they were playing. So you've got Minnesota United,
don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Minnesota, the visiting team, they are bringing out the exact same lineup as they did last week and against Sporting Kansas City. So they go with everybody you see here on the screen: St. Clair in goal, Gasper, DeBasi, Boxall, and Metnair at the back. Grey Goose, Alonso, who's making his return to Seattle, Molino, Reynoso, Finlay, and Lode up top. A very strong lineup there for Minnesota. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. Just keep going with that exact same lineup and hope that your players can do the same thing that they did against Sporting Kansas City and just beat them down on their own field. That's the hope there. So everybody in the comments, let us know what your prediction is, score line and whatnot, and where you're watching from. Tell us where you're watching from. We got people from all over the world. We got UK, Nigeria, India, all that, Twitter, Facebook. Let us know as well where you're watching from. We see your chat over here on our StreamYard app. So get in on that. And everybody, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Get in on our 1,000 YouTube subscriber challenge. When we reach 1,000 YouTube subscribers, one will be randomly drawn to win a $250 Visa gift card. We have 179 people watching on YouTube right now. If we don't hit 700 by the end of the stream tonight, I'm going to be really, really disappointed. Hit that button, hit that like button.
And I'm going to have to hear about it, everybody. So spare me Mike's complaining.
Nick's ears about that. All right, and hit that button. Turn those notifications on so you get all the times we go live talking. Hey, there's Alan Landau, new subscriber. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. We do all kinds of MLS, CONCACAF, USMNT. We'll be live Wednesday night for USMNT as well. So get in on that. Let's see where we got Los Cabos San Lucas. All right, good stuff there. Good. We're going to be jumping into some Liga MX stuff in the offseason as well, I believe. So now looking at Seattle's lineup, these guys, same deal. Fry, Nuhu, O'Neal, Yamar Gomez, Alex Roldan across the back, João Paulo, Christian Roldan is the two holding mids, Jordan Morris, Nick Ladero, and Jovan Jones rounding out that midfield with who else but the assassin, Rui Diaz, up top for Seattle. Same lineups, man. These guys haven't changed anything, but talk about some talent on the field tonight. That is for sure. So, Nick, you're the one that picked Seattle. Looks like we got a minute or so to go here on the clock on the FS1 stream. Nick, you're the one that picked Seattle since day one, since our MLS season preview back before COVID ever happened. What do you think is going to happen tonight?
I mean, I just thought Seattle has the lineup, the experience, the talent, the coaching, the organization, the home field. Like Seattle has been the picture perfect franchise for the last 5 years in the MLS. And for them to continue to play at this high level, even with the pandemic, even with international players missing time, even with some injuries, and despite a crazy playoff schedule, it doesn't surprise me. So I think that their experience is really going to be key here. Plus, they've got the goal-scoring trio, right? Rui Diaz, Ladero, and Morris. Yep. Like I don't think anyone other than maybe one other player has scored a goal outside of those three in a Seattle playoff game or something like that. These guys are built for the playoffs. They're coached to be ready for the playoffs. Schmetzer knows how to keep them loose and keep them playing as a team and not putting too much pressure on them during the regular season, so that when it comes playoff time, they're locked in, they're playing with each other, and the goal scorers are scoring goals, and the defenders are locking down the opposing team. Now, I do think Seattle is going to win, but man, Minnesota is going to give them a game tonight, I think. Minnesota is not ready to say, guys, this is the best season in Loons history, conference finals, we'll mail it in. That's fine. We're good. No way. The way they came out and smoked Kansas City in the first half last week,
Yeah.
no, I know Adrian Heath has got these guys ready, and you know these Minnesota players are hungry. And you're telling me that Alonso doesn't want to come back and beat Seattle in Seattle? I think this is going to be a great game. Now, the one thing we do have to point out, Iko Para still out with an undisclosed injury. I'm guessing it's COVID. Iko Para's out, so that's going to supposedly hurt their back line, but Minnesota's been doing it this playoff so far. So I still think Seattle has the goal scoring, has the composure, and the coaching just slightly above Minnesota. I expect Seattle to advance to the MLS Cup Finals to meet the Crew. But I'm looking at like a 3-2, 4-3 type of game here, Mike. And I know a lot of people are talking about shootouts and extra time. I just want to get to bed at a reasonable hour, man. These MLS playoffs.
We're here to have some fun tonight, man. What the hell is the score going to be? What's your score? Give us a final number, man. What's your number?
Let's go 4-3 Sounders. 4-3 Sounders. I'll take the over tonight.
Hell of an exciting stream, that is for sure. Before I get into it, Brian White just sent us $5. Did you hear him say Seattle is going to win? Brian, thank you so much for that. As he says here in the comments, dudes, I'm worried. I'm trying to buy goodwill. So hopefully that works. And anybody else that wants to send over some goodwill, get on it. Cash App, SOPSoccer. You can scan our QR code right here on the screen. And it's a free $5 if you've never used Cash App before. Guys, it's that simple. You enter in our referral code here on the screen, FRQWGRS. Send us $5. You will get $10 deposited to your Cash App. You can just drop that money right in to your bank account, and there's free $5. You help us out with a tip. Every dollar we get is huge for us, guys. It helps us grow the game, get these cool technology and everything that we've got here. So thank you, Brian, for that $5. And everybody else that can help out, please do. We really appreciate it. And get yourself some free money as well. So with that being said, my pick, Seattle Sounders. I said it in my picks and predictions video. You can go check that out. I gave a little bit of feedback of how I think the game's going to go down. This game will be exciting. I have no doubt about it. I think it's going to start out real slow. Both teams trying to fill each other out a little bit. And I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw over regular time. Take this into extra time. Each team's going to get a goal to make it 3-3. And we're going to go into penalty kicks with Seattle winning on penalty kicks. And Roman Torres will be dancing like he did in Toronto to break my heart in 2016 during MLS Cup Final. So that's my pick. I say Seattle gets it done on penalties, 3-3 AET. I hope this one lives up to the expectations that we have for it, Nick, because if it does, it's going to be a lot of fun for us and the 244 viewers that we have with us over YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks, guys. This has been already an unbelievable turnout. Lots of fun here with the game about to kick off in just a few minutes. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and get in on a $250 Visa gift card, a chance at one. So, Nick, looks like we're getting ready here. I'm going to get my scoreboard queued up so we can keep everybody in tune with the score up above me.
Absolutely. And Mike, I'm loving your prediction with the very specific picks on the goals, the extra time, the PKs. Do you think they're going to win off a Stephen Fry save, or do you think they're just going to score more? Or like, what do you want to get that specific here, Mike? Or anyway.
But we got well with my scores over live stream reaction, watch along videos throughout the days. So,
hey, real quick. We got a couple commenters here on YouTube. Allison, you might know her, and ASM Arbella likes the vid, asking for shout outs. So here's a shout out and a cheers. Raise the glass to you all. Want to thank everyone for jumping on. We got the teams huddling up right before they break the huddle to get to kickoff. Now, Stu Holden, our friend over at FS1, is saying that Seattle needs quick transition to their front three, whereas Minnesota needs to play through the pressure and stay compact. That didn't work for Minnesota against Kansas City, and I say it didn't work because they didn't try to. They were out running and gunning, man. 3 goals in the first 40 minutes. I wonder if Minnesota is going to try to do the same thing. I don't necessarily agree with Stu Holden's analysis on this one, but you know what? Seattle, obviously, you got to agree with him because it's such an obvious take. Get the ball to your three best players, right?
Right,
so
there you go.
I'm going 50-50 with Stu Holden.
And I got to cut you off here, man. I got to cut you off. We got another donation in. Connor Castlin, $5. Thank you, Connor. Appreciate that.
Thank you,
very,
Connor.
very much. Huge, guys. Huge. Thank you so much. All right, man. We're getting ready to kick off here. The Ismail Elfath is reffing the game tonight. A good referee, probably the best of MLS this season. I expect to see a good one here. He likes to let him play at times, so I expect the same here tonight from him. So here we go. We are getting ready now. The players are kneeling, doing their thing there. And here comes the whistle. There it is. And we're getting ready for kickoff 2020 MLS Cup playoffs, Western Conference Final. Who will meet the Columbus Crew in Columbus on Saturday for MLS Cup Final? Your pick is as good as ours right now. It's just underway with kickoff. Seattle in possession. And here we go, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
This is it. And we're going to see if Seattle, keeps that style, that fast style, where they spread the field, where they get the ball to Morris in the wings and see if he can't create. And that is, what they do right away. They get a free kick in their defensive end, and they play it cross-field long to Morris on the left wing there. So that is something that we could see a lot of tonight, something I expect a lot of. Jordan Morris on the wing, working one-on-one on a defender, or getting a cross in to the middle and finding Ladero, Rui Diaz, or any of the other attackers for Seattle. Now, Jansep says Loons' counterattack is deadly. Watch out for it. We saw how deadly it was against Kansas City.
Yep, absolutely. And here I think they're going to try and sit back a little bit and just kind of eat the pressure right off the bat from Seattle. Seattle's all guns blazing right now. In possession. And I think they're just going to kind of ease up sort of the same way they did against Sporting Kansas City. And then all of a sudden you're going to see craziness happen. Right now, Stephen Fry in possession from the back pass. He's got Robin Lode pressuring him. He sends it up to Jovan Jones, who's just draped all over him by a Loons defender. Sends it back to Alex Roldan, who has had a breakout of the playoffs so far. Good prospect, but he's turning into a big-time player in these playoffs. Jordan Morris sends it over to Nuhu, sends it in, cleared out by Boxall, and it'll be out for a Seattle throw-in. Oh, nope, didn't make it out. Got there by Grey Goose, and here comes Minnesota until it's cut off nicely by João Paulo. And here comes Molino, gets tripped up by Shane O'Neill, or is that Alex Roldan?
That's Alex Roldan, Mike.
Yep,
you're just talking about how good of a postseason he's having, and in the second minute comes in with a real late hard challenge. I think it's a good no card by the referee just to keep things kind of in perspective here. But you know what? He got a good talking to Alex Roldan, and Roldan is definitely already on the list. He'll be watched very carefully by that fourth official and by Elfath for the rest of the game. So that could be a situation that plays out, maybe one of those side issues here if he picks up an early yellow card, or maybe he gets a red card in the second half with accumulation. You never know. We'll keep an eye on Roldan. Meanwhile, Minnesota comes right back. They got the ball down the right wing, and they're looking to play a cross inside, and they try to connect to it, and Fry is able to get a foot on it. But that's a great opportunity for Minnesota off the counter. Free kick counter, albeit, but to get the ball within the 6 and have Fry come out and make a save, some good movement for Minnesota as they await to take the corner kick here.
Yeah, good save by Fry for that corner there. And Henry Simmons just subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Henry. Appreciate that. And thanks everybody who's subscribed and is hanging out with us here. Bebe Reynoso, man. This guy comes over from Boca Juniors to Minnesota United, who's been chasing him for I don't even know how long. It's been a long time. And they were chasing him for like a year and a half, something like that. And they finally get their man, and he has stepped it up big time in these playoffs. So it'll be interesting to see how he does with the bigger pressure on him now that it's a Western Conference final. But we'll see. He's definitely got some good feet on him, and hell of a player.
Well, he if that was him taking the corner kick, he's got a little work to do on that one. He didn't even get in play, or if
he was going for the Olympico, man. He was going for the Olympico.
I'm sure that's exactly what it was, Mike. I don't think I've ever seen a professional try to do it, let alone pull it off. Though I know one did happen in the MLS earlier this year, just on accident, it seems.
Yeah.
The Minnesota, with a good little bit of spell of possession, unfortunately turns it over off of a foul. Now Seattle's going to take their time to restart this about middle of the field here, just kind of slow things down and maintain a little bit of possession. But you know what? There was some scuffling around in the box during that free kick, during that corner kick. So yeah, stick around and see what else might come of it. There might be a little bit more physical play. Oh, here we get a quick chance from Ladero, I think, or was that Rui Diaz? That's Rui Diaz.
Yeah.
Does not hesitate, gets the ball about 20 yards out, dead center, just turns and fires. Puts it high and wide, but that's a message to Dane St. Clair. He's going to be on his toes this entire game, Mike.
Yeah, he better be, because when you're playing against the reigning MLS Cup champions and a team that's been in 3 of the last 4 MLS Cups, you better be on your damn toes, and you better be ready, because especially at home, this team is dangerous, regardless if they're at home or not. So Seattle, here they come again. Morris, it gets cut off by Alonso, who is back in Seattle. The original sounder, Ozzie Alonso, man, this guy had been there since day one. Is a Seattle legend and has moved on now to Minnesota. Can he break Seattle's fans' hearts tonight and push his team through to the MLS Cup Final? I don't know. Here's a nice ball through the box, but Gasper gets it cleared out for a Seattle throw. Jovan Jones hustles over to get the throw in and send it in. But it's going to be fun to watch Ozzie Alonso, man. He's always fun to watch regardless. But now when he's playing in Seattle in a playoff game, let's see that Bulldog come out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he used to practice against these guys, so we'll see if any of that comes into play, if he knows some of their little habits and moves a little better than most people around the league. But meanwhile, Seattle still maintaining that possession. Minnesota able to turn them all the way back to the back line here. And I think, Mike, finally my feed over here is about in sync with yours, and we can actually do some conversation rather than me hanging behind them. Look at that, man. Just as fast as Minnesota plays the ball right back on the right side of the field, they switch it to left, play it up the left wing, cross comes in the box. Easy for St. Clair to handle. But, man, that was like 15 seconds. And Seattle knocks the ball around the entire field to create an opportunity here. Like, they're locked in here, Mike. This isn't going to be another 1-0 grinded out against Dallas because were having an off night. They're locked in tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this team is definitely locked in. Reynoso holding his wrist. Must have got a little bump there, but he'll be fine. You don't use your hands in soccer. And here's Molino. Flicks on the header. Christian Roldan blasts it back up the field. And João Paulo now in possession for Seattle. Does some nice dribbling work around 3 defenders and finally gets broken up there by one of the 3. And now Ozzie Alonso plays it back to Bassi. Bassi up to Reynoso, taken away by João Paulo. And here comes Seattle now on the counter, broken up. And now Minnesota in possession, middle of the park, sending it out wide to the right side for Metanire. Metanire looking for somebody to make a run, going forward, sends it up to Robin Lode. Lode kicks it up for Metanire to make that crossover run, but doesn't get to it. The Seattle defender gets there first and shields it out of play as Morris shields it out of play for a goal kick for Stephen Fry.
Yeah, Morris with an excellent defensive play, tracking back and then doing the smart thing and just shielding the ball and let it roll out. That way he can get back into position. And Seattle right now trying to play it out the back, but a little mishap there.
Yeah.
Was that Jovan Jones who kind of misplayed it? And now it's a Minnesota
Yamar Gomez, the center back.
Yamar Gomez, excuse me. So now Minnesota's trying to work up the left-hand side here, and they're looking to get creative. They're looking to make something happen off the dribble, but what they do get
a nice free kick opportunity here.
And
Alex rolled on again. And here comes the yellow. There's the yellow that we expected after that first card with the first tackle right off the bat, that would have been a yellow if it was the regular season, right? Because it's the playoffs, he just gave him the stern talking to. And same player, he was late on the ball. Molino got the touch around him to send it over to Gasper, and Roldan is in the book. Yellow card for Christian Roldan.
Yep, and deserved. I really can't argue against it. You're right, Mike. He could have clearly gotten one in that second minute tackle, and now he does the same thing in the 8th minute, and here we go.
Yep, so Reynoso's going to swing one in with his left foot. We'll see. We got, looks like everybody's up there. DeBassi's up from the back. Looks like Boxall is in the box as well for Minnesota. Here comes the swing in, and it's a nice near post ball. Gets knocked out for a throw by the Seattle defender, and now Reynoso steps over to take the throw. He sends it right into Molino. Molino back to Reynoso, who does a little nutmeg, gets blocked off there, and just before Molino can get to it, Gomez gets to it first for Seattle, but cleared out only as far as Ozzie Alonso and Michael Boxall. Now Metnair sends it up to no one over on the right-hand side. It'll go out for a Seattle throw. So a couple more predictions coming in here. We got High Paxton just comes in. Seattle wins 3-1. Lots of predictions, lots of Seattle picks. But again, they are the reigning MLS Cup champions. That's probably why they get picks, right? So we'll see. Overall, so far, it's been a pretty even matchup. I'm surprised that Minnesota's actually held their own a little bit better than I expected in the first 15 minutes. But here's Nuhu sending it into Nicholas Ladero. He sends a long ball up to Jordan Morris, who's through, and St. Clair comes out and takes the ball and sends it up really quick to Ozzie Alonso, and Minnesota tries to break on that right-hand side through Romain Metnair, who's one of the best right backs in MLS. I think he was in the conversation for defender of the year, but
both this year and last year. And you know what? And real quick on that Jordan Morris run, his first touch let him down again. Last week he could have had a goal with a better first touch, and here he is a very, very heavy first touch and just pushes the ball right towards St. Clair, like 8-9 yards ahead of him. If he was able to keep that under control, he gets a shot off. I'm not saying he's guaranteed to score. It was a very tight angle, but he would have had an opportunity there. Watch this replay here, Mike. Who just gets cleared out over there? Is that Metanier just laying out Nuhu along the sideline?
Yep, Metanier just took out Nuhu on the sideline, and ref played advantage, but no cards. And again, two guys run along the sideline like that, I don't want to see a card.
I mean, it's definitely worth talking to. I feel like that's similar to the Roldan play in the fact that he clearly came in to play the man and clear him out, maybe get a little payback for what Roldan was doing on the other side of the field. But it's definitely something now that Ismail Alfred's got to keep his eye on. Hopefully the referee doesn't change the course of this game, as Metanier is still waiting to take a throw in. Come on, buddy. Get this ball going. We like the energy. Let's keep it rolling.
Finally gets it in, and it's just skied up and now being played back by Minnesota. Guys, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, help this channel grow. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to give away $250. Visa gift card. We'll mail it to you. I don't care if you're in China or India. I will send you a gift card via FedEx, UPS, whatever. I'm just dying to give away some money. So get on with that. We've made lots of money over my bets and picks so far. So want to give some money away. So with that being said, bets and picks. Hey, guys, check out, if you're into betting, you like football and basketball bets especially, check out Insight Betting on Instagram. Insight_betting, INSIGHT_betting. These guys, they know what they're talking about. Their picks are on fire. They just don't miss. They were 14-4 last week with their college and NFL picks against the spread. That is really impressive. So if you do sports betting, find them on Instagram. Tell them Sons of a Pitch Soccer sent you, and they're going to give you a 2-day free trial. So make sure you guys head over there on Instagram and check them out. Send them a follow. Send them a message. Says Sons of a Pitch sent you. Here comes Seattle now. Jordan Morris down that left hand, those long strides, looking for somebody in the middle. Gets it to Ladero, who's turned backwards. Finally gets it turned around. Sends it over to Jovan Jones just outside the box. Over to streaking Roldan. It's cut off, blocked nicely by DeBassi, and now cleared out by Minnesota. Reynoso and Christian Roldan fighting for the ball. And João Paulo comes out for Seattle, sends it back to the right-hand side for Alex Roldan. Jovan Jones sends it into the middle for Ladero, and Ladero goes over to Nuhu Tolo, and they're just swinging the ball from side to side. Finally, a nice little cut out there by Gasper, but it goes out of play for a Seattle throw. So a little bit more pressure now by Seattle, kind of holding Minnesota to the fire a little bit.
Absolutely, Mike. And those passes around the front of the box, if you like advanced stats, if you like numbers and things like that, the more teams can pass the ball in and out of that area, the higher percentage they have of creating a goal scoring opportunity.
Oh, there's a shot by Ladero, goes over the bar. He was all by himself in the top corner of the box, and if he would have put that one on frame, that might have just beat the keeper there, St. Clair, but it didn't, and it's still 0-0. 15th minute. Smetzer has a little bit of a concerned look on his face there.
Smetzer's his hairline's probably gone back about a half an inch just in these first 15 minutes. Just the way these two teams have been running up and down. It's a track meet here.
It is. We're gonna have some tired legs if my prediction is right and gets this thing to extra time. But Rosendo Jr., thanks for jumping on. He's a Seattle fan. Come on, Seattle, fight and win. Good luck to your Sounders, and thanks for jumping on with us. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Here comes Seattle again, and it's cut off nicely by DeBossi. And here is Ladero getting a foot to it, sends it up to Rui Diaz, goes out wide to the left for Nuhu. Nuhu in possession, sends it over to Ladero and João Paulo. Just at the top of the box, he's looking for Nuhu to make a run. It's cut off by Metnair, and here comes Ethan Finley now from Minnesota up to Molino. Molino back to Finley. Finley lays it off to Reynoso. Reynoso over to Metnair right along the end line. Now into Molino right at the halfway mark, and he kind of stumbles on it, misses the ball, and Jordan Morris is right there to take it away from him. And here comes Seattle setting things back up.
Well, Mike, we are in the 17th minute here, and a quick recap. Seattle's got 56% of the possession, but Minnesota's got the only shot on goal so far. So maybe they're making the better of their opportunities. I think they only had that one opportunity. So Minnesota definitely needs to get their offense going. I mean, if you want to look at their passes in the attacking third, Minnesota, 17 passes in the attacking third out of 72 overall. So they are definitely doing most of their work in the middle and in the defense end, whereas Seattle has almost half of their passes in the attacking third. Seattle clearly in control of this game right now, Mike, as we're moving towards the 18th minute here.
Yep, Jay Jardim says he thinks the winner of this game will win MLS Cup. Thanks for joining us, Jay. And we got Ibrahim on as well from Turkey. All right, thanks for joining all the way from Turkey. You got to hit that subscribe button, Ibrahim. We need a subscriber from Turkey, and to add that to all the countries that we have following us, MLS soccer fans. Here's St. Clair with possession of the ball at the in his own box. He's setting his players up, telling them where to go. He picks it up and trying to calm this one down a little bit because, yeah, you're right. It has been a complete track meet out there. He sends a long ball up. And Load gets just owned by Shane O'Neill. And now Reynoso back to Ozzy Alonso, the captain, over to Ethan Finley. Finley sends it over to the right side for Metnair. He cuts back. And now it's going all the way back to Boxall and DeBossi at the back.
This is like you were saying, Mike. Minnesota is just going to try to absorb the first 15 minutes of pressure that Seattle throws at them. If they have an opportunity, take it. And they had the one. Now that we're 18th minute, past that, first third of the first half here, Minnesota says, okay, we took Seattle's best shot. Now let's build a little possession. Let's start to assert our control over the game. And right now, Alonso is just being harried in the left side there, trying to get a pass off, and Seattle just pressing like your dry cleaner here, dude. They're all over them.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to coin that phrase, pressing like your dry cleaner. So, but everyone else out there, feel free to use it if you like it. I doubt that you will. But anyway, maybe Minnesota is now trying to build into the game, or at least that's what it looks like they're trying to do. But Seattle won't let them. Seattle won't let them. They've turned over again.
They are they got the high press going right now. And every time they touch the ball, they're on them. Another subscriber just came on, Michael David, subscribe to your channel. Thank you, Michael, for that subscription. And really appreciate it, you guys. Hit that like button as well. We're sitting at 35 likes right now, I believe is my last update. The most likes we've ever had on a video, 51. We got to get over 51 tonight. I think tonight's tonight. I got a feeling. So Debasi here with looks like he got a foul there. And now Seattle pressuring. They take it quickly. Rui Diaz sends it wide to Alex Roldan. And now back to Yeimar Gomez. It was funny. Last time we did a Seattle live and Yeimar Gomez was in there. I kept saying Yeimar instead of Yeimar Gomez. And the chat's like blowing up. They're like, wait a minute. Neymar plays for Seattle? What? They're like, how the hell did that happen? No wonder they win so many MLS Cups. I'm like, no, it's not Neymar, guys. I'm just that it sounds like it. Just sounds like it. I crack myself up sometimes. It's fine. I laugh at myself. That's all that matters. Here is Jordan Moore. Ball over the top, sends it into the middle, just misses Rui Diaz, and Gasper is able to settle it down at the top of the box to Ozzy Alonso, and that was a good chance for Seattle.
That may have been their best chance. You know, they were just half a step away from slotting one behind St. Clair there, and they like that left wing. They like Morris making that run. They like him going at defenders and creating opportunities for their strikers here. And you see that along those midfielders on the left side there, they're knocking the ball back and forth to see who's going to get the opportunity to play it over the top to Morris or play it through and behind those line-breaking passes that you hear people say all the time. Morris will break the lines with his runs. Meanwhile, Seattle now making a little bit of a run, getting it back into the box.
Yeah,
who is that over there? Christian Roldan. And at that time, Jordan Morris played a bit of a dummy. The defense hung back, waiting for the ball to be played to him. And Christian Roldan just runs right at him himself. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yep, that was a nice run there by Christian Roldan for sure. Man, here I think Seattle's I don't know. When do we see Minnesota break out and start to press more, try and get some more possession? I mean, something. They can't withstand Seattle's onslaught. I mean, you figure a good run is 15 minutes, right? When you're on the road, you kind of eat that pressure for 15 minutes, try and soak it all in, and then start to switch the game up a little bit. When do we see Minnesota do that? To me, it's now or never, man. You can't sustain this pressure too much longer. Although Seattle hasn't had any great chances, other than that last one where Rui Diaz was a little late on it. It was a good cross. If he had timed his run a little bit better, it'd be 1-0 Seattle. So I don't know, man. It's time for Minnesota to get going. What do you think?
You're absolutely right, Mike. If they are going to get into this game, then definitely now's the time to do it. Catch Seattle while they're pressing. Catch Seattle while they think they're going to take advantage and open a lead up here midway through the first half. And they're starting to build a little bit here, but man, does Seattle's defense close down quickly. They are as fast closing the ball as their strikers are getting to the ball in those runs.
They're reminding me a lot of the New York Red Bulls high press. I mean, that's what they're doing. Every time Minnesota gets a foot on it, they're all over them, man. It makes me nervous if I'm a Loons fan. But we both picked Seattle.
Adrian Heath is usually, a little more stoic than most on the sideline, definitely when compared to Schmetzer. So if you see him starting to get worried, then I think it's time for you as a Loons fan to get worried. As Seattle gets the ball down,
into the box, tries to send it back. It'll be a corner kick for Seattle. A nice ball there by Ladero, looking for one of the defenders making a trailing run, or actually a midfielder, Jovan Jones, making a trailing run into the box, but gets blocked out nicely by Minnesota. So we've got a corner kick now coming up for Seattle. Set pieces this season, Seattle 10 goals scored, Minnesota 4 goals conceded. Will we see number 11 here for Seattle? Take it short to João Paulo. He sends it into the box, and Dane St. Clair has to just touch it over the bar. That ball was going in if he didn't get a touch to it, and he sends it right over the bar for another corner kick.
I mean, I am not a fan of short corners. If you have something set up, if you see a defense give you an opening, okay, maybe in that instance. I am not a fan of short corners otherwise. Put it in the mixer. Let your guys get their heads on it. Let them fight for a ball. Let them make a play. I like it. Let the ball bounce around, maybe you get a penalty or something. Maybe Seattle doesn't want to get caught by a quick Minnesota counter, which is exactly what's happening right now. Good recovery run by the defense there to break that play up. But I want to see those balls played into, that 8 to 10 yard area and then just have something happen, right? Like, but I don't know. Seattle, I don't know. Do they have any big, tall targets? I don't know if they do.
No, I mean, he's not short, but, that's not
for Seattle. For Seattle, do they have a target? I mean, maybe if Brad Smith comes in off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, or you get, you bring one of the center backs up for a set piece type deal, but it's not. They're not a head team. I mean, that's not there. They don't have the big number 9. It's Rui Diaz. So here's Grey Goose, gets it taken away by Rui Diaz. It's a foul on Rui Diaz, and so it's all Seattle here, man. It's all Seattle. So hey, we're sitting here right now. I just checked it. We're sitting at 645 subscribers. We need 5 more by halftime. We got to get to 650 by halftime. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends about it. Get them to hit the subscribe button. Whatever. If they win the $250 Visa gift card, then tell them they got to split it with you, right? So get on that. Hit that subscribe. Hit that like button. Much, much appreciated. They're talking to Adrian Heath right now on the FS1 broadcast. I don't have my sound up because, again, the sound, YouTube will copyright it, and there'll be some type of copyright infringement. Hence why we don't show the actual game. We just sit here and talk about it. But
so from what Heath is saying, it sounds like they're trying to get those long balls past the Seattle defense or catching them on the counter attack. But man, Seattle's defense is just playing so well, and it's really frustrating Heath. And he throws off the headphones from the interview to get back in and give some coaching as Seattle gets out on the break.
Yeah, Morris over on the left-hand side. He's got room. Metnair's giving him all day long. Now sends over to Nuhu to the back post, and a nice header there by Gasper, but only as far as Ladero. Sends it into João Paulo. He makes a move, but Alonso gets a touch to it. And here comes Molino. Nope, Ladero to João Paulo, and he sends it right at Dane St. Clair. Man, that was the best chance they've had all night. If he puts that anywhere but in St. Clair's chest, it's 1-0 Seattle. Greg, the kill switch, has joined us. Hey, what's up, guys? Greg, I'm sure you're feeling pretty good with the Crew in MLS Cup Final. Thanks for jumping on with us. Who's your pick to see who's going to be going to Columbus to play the Crew? Here is a foul, looks like at the outside, just outside the box, a yellow card there to O'Neal. So that's two Sounders now on yellow cards, and Finley is still down on the ground.
Yeah, he's grabbing the back of his heel there, his Achilles there. Hopefully that's not serious. Missed here's the replay.
Damn.
Yikes.
That's a hell of a tackle right there.
Comes in, cleats up, I guess, maybe. I mean, it didn't look like
were up a little bit. It wasn't like hardcore going at it, but they were up.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he came in with any malintent or malicious conduct, but the fact is he was late and he came in hard and got him above, right above the ankle area. So if you're Elfirth, I think it's a decent call. I wouldn't have argued it, but you know what? He's gonna make sure this game doesn't get out of control here in the 28th minute. Now, I think if I remember, we called the game before where Elfirth was the head official, and he only gives on average 3 cards a game or so. He's already got 2 out, and we're in the 28th minute here. So this game could turn on a card, which hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't. I want to see these teams play it out.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want 11v11 and get some action going in this game. So somebody's got to break the deadlock to get this thing started, because this 0-0 stuff's killing me for my thoughts and my predictions.
Yeah, and you know what? It could be the set piece right now. We said it for Seattle last week. When you're a team who's dominating and you can't score, or for Minnesota tonight, when you're looking to counter and you just haven't had the opportunities, a set piece is all it takes, man. And for those of you who remember the U.S. national team in the 90s, when they had no offense and couldn't go toe-to-toe with the big teams in the world, it was do it on defense and set pieces.
There is the
And
goal.
Minnesota does it on a set piece.
Reynoso on the set piece, 1-0 Minnesota. Holy cow.
Oh, wow.
Beat Stephen Fry.
Dude, Reynoso is having himself a playoffs. This is phenomenal. That's why they signed him, for goals like that.
That is why they signed him, man. Beautiful outswinging free kick. I don't know if that went off the post or off the side netting. Now it looks like the post. Bounces off the post and into the back of the net. Damn, that's why you chase a guy for a year and a half or 2 years when you know that guy has got talent like that. What a goal. Minnesota on the road, up 1-0 over the Sounders. Wow.
Man, he couldn't have placed that any better. That was the perfect free kick. Dips it up and over the wall and then puts it in the corner just out of Fry's reach. Now, Fry played it pretty well. Like, I don't think that's anything to take away from Stephen Fry. I think he did everything he could. That was just the perfectly placed free kick. What was interesting, though, you looked at the wall, Mike. I think you had a 3-man wall. You had 1-man jump, and the other 2 stay down. So I don't know if there was a miscommunication there, because if you would have had that wall jump, they might have been able to block it. But 2 of the guys stayed down. The ball gets right up and down over them, and in the back of the net. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
It is 1-0 Minnesota over the reigning MLS Cup champions. The Seattle fans have got to be getting nervous now. But again, I mean, this is now looking a lot like that Sporting Kansas City game. These next few minutes are crucial for Seattle because this is very similar to Sporting Kansas City. SKC owned Minnesota for the first 15, 20 minutes, and then Minnesota got that one break goal and then just took them to task. Now, Seattle's got to make sure that doesn't happen to them.
Absolutely. I think Seattle's defense is going to be a little more sound than Sporting Kansas City. Sorry, couldn't resist that one. But yeah, here we go. Seattle's got the free kick. They come right back. They get a guy in the box, but unfortunately for them, Minnesota's defense pops it back. Seattle just can't get a clean look right now, and Minnesota is doing everything they can to just to eat up that possession right now. This is great. This is a game plan that Minnesota wanted and is executing. And as Ryan Anderson says, Seattle should be scared. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If they can't get a couple good looks by the end of this half, like, I'm not saying they have to score. I'm not saying they have to equalize before halftime to win this game, but if they don't get a couple good opportunities here, the tide is definitely turning.
Yeah. Here's Boxall, plays it back to St. Clair, sends a long boot up. Shane O'Neill heads a long shot back to Metnair. Metnair to Grey Goose. Ladero gets his foot on it, and Alonso tries to dive. Dude, you got to put him in the book for that one. He just hopped up like a fairy and then went down, looked over. The referee saw he wasn't calling anything. He just stood right up.
And you know what? I totally get why players, when they lose the ball, the only opportunity they have is to try and draw a foul like that. But that ball was already like 4 feet away from him. He was so far behind that play when he tried to get that dive call. Oh my goodness. For a man of his age and reputation, I think he'd be a little better than that. Now, meanwhile, Seattle comes right back, and again, Minnesota's defense is stifling once Seattle gets, anywhere within 20 yards of that goal line. They're able to get the passes into a dangerous area, but none of the Seattle players can actually turn and square up a strike. And credit Minnesota's individual defending on there. Obviously, you've got the team defense keeping their keeping their shape and tracking runners. But man, it's the individual defending that has really stood out to me, where they are not allowing Seattle to find that last pass before a goal or letting these guys turn and shoot. And now Minnesota's got the ball right back in the offensive third, 33rd minute.
Nice ball up to Morris, but gets cut off. He just kind of bad first touch there, but that would have sent him through. Here's Metnair, sends it up. Nuhu makes a nice defensive move, sends it over to Shane O'Neill. And now João Paulo looking to get forward there as Minnesota gets settled back defensively. A long ball through, and just a nice clearance there by Boxall. But given away to Ladero. Ladero cuts inside, sends it over to Rui Diaz. Diaz switches it over to the left, or the right, excuse me, for Alex Roldan. Jovan Jones sends it in, blocked off nicely by Debasi. And both center backs there with nice clearances on crosses to kind of settle things down and keep Seattle off the scoreboard.
Yeah, and we got some comments here from Henry Ogg. Minnesota's going to win. Seattle not doing anything. And they're not doing anything, but maybe they're a victim of their own success, right? Like, we expect so much from Seattle at this point that the fact that they haven't scored in the 35th minute of a playoff game against an up-and-coming Minnesota team, maybe that's the problem here. If this were San Jose, if this were Portland, if this were Kansas City, would we be as worried about them being down 1-0? Maybe not. Mike, what do you think? Are we judging Seattle harshly because they are the favorites?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what happens. When you're the favorite, when you're MLS Cup champions, when you've won 2 out of the last 3 MLS Cup finals, yes, you live to a different standards. And I think that's the same with their fans. It's the same with us. It's the same with the commentators. That's just natural. That's how it is. So, I don't know what to say. I mean, that's just how it goes.
There you go.
So
in the meantime, here we got a little injury. Is that Metnier that comes out?
Yeah, Metnier is taking a walk over to the sideline. He seems to be okay, though. He was down holding his ankle. Looks like they're warming somebody up, but maybe he comes in, maybe he doesn't. We'll see. That's something to keep an eye on. He's taking his training shirt off there. I don't even know who that is for Minnesota, but something to watch. That would be a huge loss for them if it is.
Oh, no doubt about it. And meanwhile, Seattle right back on that left-hand side, attacking the spot that he vacated, doing what they want to do, bringing the ball up the left. Unfortunately, turned over. Minnesota able to clear it back to Seattle's back line. And let's see how Seattle regroups here. They got 10 minutes left in the first half. We'll see if they are able to generate a couple opportunities here. Looks like Metnier is back up and back in the game. He gets waved in by the referee, and Seattle knocking it about in the midfield here, poking and prodding as they have been. Morris in the left corner trying to get a cross off, cuts it back, and swings the ball around the top of the box. Roldan's cross gets headed away. Seattle retains possession, but man, Minnesota, look at that. Seattle has 2-3 guys on the right. Minnesota has 3 or 4 defenders there. They are rotating, they're shifting, they're picking up marks. Minnesota doing it right on defense here, Mike. I'm not going to say they're parking the bus, but they are definitely getting numbers back and creating some mismatches from a defensive perspective.
Yeah, no, I mean, the question is, can they withhold this? I asked that question right in the beginning, saying, hey, they're getting crushed right now. Seattle's all over them. How long can they withstand this? And then they end up getting a set piece goal to take the lead. I'm a little wary right now because Seattle, again, has been pressing. They're still holding strong, but how long can they hold strong? We'll see how that goes. But,
and right as you say, Minnesota comes right down, puts the ball right through the middle. Seattle's calling for an offside, but Fry thankfully comes up with the save. That would have been a close one, Mike. That could have been 2-0 Minnesota here.
I think he was off. But yeah, again, that could have been. It was close. So Brian White is going to take a little break from the feed here. Don't miss him. We will miss you, Brian. We will miss you. iPasta jumps on, says, what are the chances of MNUFC taking this win? Very good. This team is playing well right now. They're playing probably the best they've ever played. The chances are good. It's only 1-0, but the chances are good for sure. So thanks for jumping on, iPasta, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as that like button, and get us closer to that 1,000 subscribers so we can give away some money. As I say that, a corner kick will be on its way for Seattle. Ladero with a cross in, and now Metnier down on the field again, holding his hand. So, yep, here comes, I believe it's Hassani Dotson. And yeah, Metnair's done.
And yeah, you're right. Hassani Dotson is coming in for him. Hassani Dotson, who had some USMNT looks earlier in the year, and who a lot of people are very, very high on. So a guy who's going to give you an excellent defensive effort. Obviously, there's going to be a drop off when you have a defensive MVP kind of candidate like Metnair down to Dotson. But you know what? I don't think there's going to be much here, Mike. I think Dotson is going to be able to come in and fill in very, very well for Metnair. And I know Seattle's going to test him, but I think he's got the mental strength as well as the skill to be able to withstand that. So this is going to be something to watch for in the next few minutes here as we wrap up the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. That hurts overall, regardless. Even if the drop off isn't that big, that hurts to lose one of your best players. And 39, 40 minutes in, here's a corner kick. A nice header goes through the box, but nobody there for Seattle, and Diabasi sends it up to Reynoso, who goes back to Diabasi, and he just clears it up to kind of get that pressure off there. And here comes a throw now for Seattle. João Paulo in possession. He's pointing at Nuhu where to go, but he sends it all the way back to Stefan Fry. 41st minute, everybody just hits into the 41st minute. Christian Roldan in possession in his own half, goes around Reynoso, still walking through, sends it wide to Ladero. Ladero sends it back up to Roldan. Christian, not Alex. Christian sends it into Jordan Morris. Jordan Morris gets fouled by Boxall. And is he going to take it quick? He's trying to take it quick. I don't think he's actually going to get – oh, maybe he did. I don't know.
Nope.
Maybe if Fox Sports would actually show the damn game, we would know. No, they did not. He did not take it quick.
No, they're setting it up. They're getting their guys up in the box now. So here comes the ball in. Bit of an outswinger. St. Clair way off his line, about 10 yards out, punches it up and away. Ball takes a funny hop and kind of squibs out for a corner kick here. And we'll see if Seattle is going to be able to get a couple opportunities here with about 4 or 5 minutes left. Corner comes in, not a good corner. That's 2 straight corners where Roldan has been unable to really get the ball in a dangerous position. You know, they were both near post, they were both low. Oh, that was Ladero taking those shots?
Rui Diaz with a header, and that one goes straight up in the air. St. Clair comes out to take the ball. This one, if I'm Minnesota, I am hoping for a speedy watch here to get into the halftime because Seattle's pressing hard.
You know there's going to be stoppage time. We had 2 cards and a couple of injuries, so maybe that benefits Seattle here. But they need to do better on those corner pieces. You can't be playing near post balls like that unless
corner pieces. Does that go into your like quotes for 2020 section that we've started tonight?
Corner pieces. Right, you have a set piece and it's a corner. It's a corner piece. What are you talking about?
Here comes another corner piece now for Minnesota. And here's Ifra Ali has jumped on, and with the comment here, MN United FC with some blue hearts. Absolutely. 4 corners to 2 for Seattle. Seattle's had 4-2 for Minnesota. Here comes Minnesota's second corner just about 3, 4, 5 seconds. You might have already seen it by now because you seem to be about 5 seconds ahead of me, Nick. But what a showing tonight, man.
Yeah,
lots of good conversation over here. We got 91 watching with us right now. In swinger, Fry comes out and takes it no problem. Looking to set Seattle out on the counter quickly, but doesn't do so. He's still holding on. We've got 48 likes on this. YouTube, again, continues to screw up the subscriber numbers. We jumped all the way up to 645 tonight from 626, and I just refreshed it, and it kicks back to 637. And the last 3 lives we've done, that same thing has happened. We've picked up 10, 12, 15 subscribers, and then all of a sudden it just kicks it back, 8 to 10 down, and then it'll just stay there for about 3 or 4 days. Here's Jovan Jones on the right-hand side, gets it up to Alex Roldan. Gasper with a nice clearance, and Seattle will have their 5th corner kick of the game. Or did he give a goal kick? Did it come back off of him?
Looks like he awarded the goal kick on that one,
Yep,
Mike.
he did award the goal kick on
bounce
that
back. You got Smesser now on the bench, furiously scribbling in that notepad. That was kind of a meme from the last game. Like, what is he writing down there? Is he writing down a grocery list? Is he writing?
I love
down
the way he talks to himself.
He
He just keeps looking at it, and you see his eyebrows just keep going up and down, and he's talking to himself in there.
But you know what? It works for him.
You know what?
I'm not going to take away from his method.
Absolutely. I'll take it all day long, man. I ain't got no problems with that. I do it myself too. That's why I'm so good at everything I do, you know?
Well, that's it. As they say, I have to talk to myself because I need someone who understands me.
There you go. There you go.
Add that to my list. As Seattle now, back in the attacking third, moving the ball around, unfortunately turns it over. Man, Seattle just can't find that final pass, and Minnesota is more than happy to just turn that into a quick counter and then set up possession in Seattle's half of the field and start to eat a little bit of this clock here, end of the first half. So I don't know, Mike, how worried are you if you're the Sounders?
I'm a little worried, but I'm not too worried. This is a Seattle team. I think you have to have a little bit of that worry because you can't be complacent. Like, we're only down 1-0 and we're going to come back and win. There's no problem. Because you do that and then you're going to lose. But if if you're thinking we got to press this, we're down, but we can do this. We just got to really press hard and go after it as another corner here for Seattle when 2 minutes of stoppage time will be added in. But I'm a little worried if I'm Seattle. I'm not crazy worried though. That's where I'm at. What about you?
I think it's the same. I mean, obviously Seattle isn't going to. And off that corner kick, Mike, Rui Diaz just puts it over the crossbar.
Oh man.
The ball comes through the mess of bodies in the middle. He's all by himself towards the far post.
So you know what you were just talking about being a little bit worried? You know what I said? Okay, now that my worry level just went up more because Rui Diaz doesn't miss those when the Sounders win games. Rui Diaz buries those when the Sounders win games. So you see things like this, and you see the ball hitting the post and going in for Minnesota. When those type of things start happening, that's when my worry level goes up for the Sounders. Just saying. Yeah. But before we get to halftime here, we're going to take a short break, about 10, 15 minutes there for halftime. We'll be back to discuss the first half and talk more of this second half of this Western Conference Final. Perfect time for you guys to make $5 and send us some money as well through CashApp. If you have not done CashApp before, sign up for CashApp. All you got to do is create an account, hit that referral code, or if you're already a CashApp customer, and you just put that referral code in, FRQWGRS. Send us a tip. Send us $5. You will get $10. That's free $5 for you guys. It helps us out immensely because these tips go right back into the show so we can continue to grow the sport of soccer here in the United States. So get on that during halftime and send us a sweet tip like we've already had from Connor and Brian tonight. Really appreciate that, guys. And here comes Reynoso taking a corner kick right before the half. This will be the last kick of the first half. Reynoso, outswinger, flicked onto the back post and cleared out by Amar. And just in time, looks like Minnesota gets a foot to it. Here's Reynoso on the left-hand side trying to get another cross in. Dummies rolled on, rolls out of play for a goal kick, and that will be halftime. So we're going to take a quick break for halftime. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes. And go hit that CashApp referral code, FRQWGRS. Talk to you guys in a few minutes. All right, everybody, we are back. Second half action, Western Conference Final. Seattle Sounders hosting Minnesota United FC, the Loons. Players are on the field. Minnesota's getting ready to kick this one back off. New subscriber notification just coming through. Jaheim Trim, subscribe to your channel. Thank you so much, Jaheim, for hitting that subscribe button. And everybody else has done that so far tonight. Get on it if you haven't done that already. Get into our $250 Visa gift card. 1,000 YouTube subscriber challenge. Here is Seattle on the ball. Nuhu sends it all the way back to Stephen Fry. Nick, stats for the first half. Expected goals, 0.75 for Seattle, 0.45 for Minnesota. But Minnesota with that 1-0 lead and on the ball right now, looking dangerous with Molino up to Reynoso. What are your thoughts on the first half?
What we wanted to see from Seattle, except for the finishing, and it's what we expected from Minnesota. They did exactly what they did to Kansas City, to Seattle. They absorbed the pressure. They got a go-ahead goal, and they were pushing for a second one, right? Now, Seattle, they got to finish. They got to find the back of the net. The longer this half goes on, the longer and the more difficult it's going to be for them, obviously. Those legs are getting tired. That was a track meet of a first half, Mike. We're going to see some probably early substitutions here, probably around the 65th-ish minute or so, which is what I like. Anyone who watches me talk knows I like early subs. Let them get into the game a little bit. But in this case, I think it's going to be out of necessity just to preserve some of these legs and not get caught sleeping or on a counterattack here. But Minnesota looking for more early, Mike. They got a corner kick here in the 47th minute, and it's a beautiful ball played to the far post, but Seattle is able to head it away. Minnesota retains possession and is trying to create something here down in the left corner, but the ball trickles out for a deep Seattle throw in. But yeah, I fully expect Seattle to keep doing exactly what they were doing, and hopefully they get a bounce in the back of the net, Mike. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I mean, Seattle's going to fight. They're going to fight hard. I mean, they're not going to go down easy. I expect to see them score in this match. So Minnesota is going to need a little bit more if they want to win this one. Greg the Kill Switch, awesome comment here. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. This is the best soccer and podcast on YouTube going today. Thank you, Greg. Much appreciated. We try real hard. I keep trying to tell my kids that. They're like, yeah, Dad, you're a loser. You only have like 600 subscribers. Like this, Mr. Beast has 27 million. I'm like, you know what? Mr. Beast is going to look out for me one day. Okay. One day we're going to be up there, Nick. We keep talking soccer. We keep having fun. We keep having followers and supporters like Greg and Brian and everybody else who's joined us tonight, as well as everybody who's been along. Shiraz Akbar just subscribed to the channel like Shiraz. Man, we're going to be there one day. We will get there. As we wait for that, Greg, it's going to be fun. Make sure you join us for that MLS Cup Final on Saturday night with Columbus. We will be doing that one. That is going to be the biggest stream we have had yet. I just know it. And here comes Reynoso, sends it up to Molino, who's pressured very, very hard by Alex Roldan and Nuhu. I mean, Roldan, this is the right back all the way over on the left-hand side, and it's a foul there. So now it's going to be a free kick for Minnesota. But that, I don't know if I'm a little concerned here that Roldan all the way over from the right-hand side. That's, I don't know, but hey, we got Jan Stepp says, it's Seattle for the win. Another Cascadian traveling to Columbus to win it there. There you go. I could see that for sure. Also, we've got Height Hager, sub to the moon, Ryan and Sons of a Pitch. Here is a long in swinger. Hey, Ryan Anderson, everybody, if you like MLS, you like CONCACAF, go check out Ryan Anderson on YouTube. He's bringing the heat over there. Just hit 300 subscribers. He does live stream reactions and watch-alongs as well. Go check him out and subscribe to him. And then Chris Mahalapa. I can never say this guy's name right. I feel so bad. I miss Scottish accent, Nick. So, Nick, we'll have to have Barry come back to give you some Scottish accent training. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, trust me. Father Chris over there, he doesn't mean Sean Connery, rest in peace, or as Father Chris would say, memory eternal. There you go. So yeah, he'll rehash the Sean Connery stuff a little later. And once this kicks in, maybe we'll hear more accents coming out as he says, "This is the Rock." But you know what, Mike?
we got Seattle, Minnesota going here, and Seattle is still trying to build a little something out of the back, and we'll see what they do. They liked playing down that left side. They liked getting Morris deep and attacking defenders, but now they're coming up the right side a little bit. I don't know if they find a mismatch. Maybe they're seeing like, okay, Hassani Dotson is not the weaker player that we thought he is. Let's try it, bring it down the right-hand side and get across inside, maybe have something happen. But Minnesota turns that away fairly easily, and Seattle regroups about the halfway line here. So, who knows what's going to happen with this one, Mike? And I still think that Seattle comes back and wins this game. I still got confidence in them as the better team. Maybe Minnesota's better over the course of 90, but you know what? I still think Seattle is going to come back and win this one. Greg asked me what I'm sipping on. It was vodka. It's definitely a little watered down now. All the ice cubes had melt, but it was a little vodka soda there.
Yeah, it's a little Johnny Walker Black Label and Coke for me. Can't drink it straight. Gotta water it down a little bit with the Coke because it'd be trouble if I didn't. Ferrecho CC says Messi is better than CR7. All right. Yeah. That's a hell of a debate. I don't know which way I go for, because I don't really follow that much of European soccer.
Nico Ladero is better than both of them because he's on my TV right now. So there's my.
There you go. So thanks for jumping on, Ferrecho CC, with your Messi is better than CR7. Is Nuhu better than Hassani Dotson? I'm going to go with yes.
Interesting.
But those are the matchups here in this one. MLS Western Conference Final. Ismail Elfath in the refereeing spot here, just waves him on to get on with it. Seattle takes the free kick, sends it over to Roldan. Roldan finds it over to Morris on the right-hand side. Overlapping run there by Alex Roldan. Sends it wide to him. He's looking to get across in, fakes it. Gasper bites. He goes back to Christian Roldan, who goes back to his brother Alex, up to Nico Ladero. Alonso with a great block and fouls back to Christian Roldan. And an offside position, Nico Ladero comes up to get the ball, and it'll be a free kick for Minnesota, who's kind of slowing things down a little bit here, which probably isn't the right answer.
Right. I'm with you, Mike. I want to kind of get back to that question. Who's better, Nuhu or Dotson? Like, that's an interesting take, because for me, right now, I'd go Nuhu, but I think Dotson's got the higher ceiling at this point. We know the best product we have in Nuhu. Dotson is just coming into the league. This is his second year playing professionally, and it's with the Loons. So if I was building a team, Dotson. If I had to win today, Nuhu. And unfortunately, he's not been able to help Seattle.
Oh, Rui Diaz puts him down. Here's a chance for Rui Diaz. He shoots. He scores. Seattle with the goal.
There it is.
Well, but everybody slow down for a minute.
VAR is going to look at this one.
We might be getting a look at this one from VAR. Because Rui Diaz is he's pointing to the sky there, and he's waving, the foul off. It would be interesting to see here, because it looked to me like a foul. But you see Roldan plays the long ball up, and he there's not too much contact there. Boxall went down really, really easy. So that I think it's a foul, personally. So does Ryan Anderson. But we'll see if VAR will take a look at this or not. They're showing a lot of replays on FS1, but Rui Diaz with the finish. Will that stand? Will it be a 1-1 scoreline? I'll update my scoreboard here in a second. If they kick it off, show Elfath. I want to see if he's talking to somebody. There's Rui Diaz.
Elfath has been pretty good about letting these guys play on, and again, the standard here is it indisputable evidence, clear and obvious to overturn it. I don't think it is. I think both players just kind of get tangled up. I don't think that's even a foul, but he's going to call it
a monitor for VAR.
So calls it off. I disagree. I maybe I wanted the goal to tie it up and bring some action in, but
no goal. Goes in. Elfath calls it off. No goal. And you know what? After seeing those replays, I am going to disagree with Elfath, even though it looked like a foul live. There was no extension from Rui Diaz. He was running. His arm hits the back of Boxall. However, he does not extend that arm. To me, if he extends that arm and Boxall goes down, that is a foul. But he didn't extend his arm. That's rough there for Seattle. 1-0 Minnesota after that goal taken away. Will they be able to keep that pressure on? I don't know. That's another bounce now, right?
I'm with you, Mike. I think that Ruidíaz got to the position, established position, and then Boxall just ran into him. Boxall didn't know where he was. He backed into him and fell down because he was off balance and not spatially aware. But Ruidíaz did not initiate.
Both guys knew where the ball was, Nick. Both guys were running to the ball. I think that just they ran into each other going for the ball, and that's where Ruidíaz, Boxall played the cards right and dropped down like a fly, and that's why I'm Canadian. I'm a hockey fan. But again, to me, it's all about the extension of the arm. He didn't extend that arm. It should have counted. Well, the other thing you got to look at too, that was a clinical finish, foul or not. It was.
To slot that home like that with a defender in your pocket and a keeper cutting the angle down, a fantastic finish. Let's see if he's got another one in him. I mean, he's only had a couple shots tonight.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. That's debatable. Says, let's go Minnesota. Very good with that Minnesota. Heithager, that's a foul in my opinion. Come on, the 4 seed. All right, Heit. Shiraz says, stupid decision. Here's the corner in, cleared out by Minnesota. Allison, my beautiful, amazing wife, says, this isn't helping me. 3-2 Seattle. We'll see. Thanks for watching, babe. Appreciate it. Here comes Minnesota now trying to clear out, get this pressure off of them. Gasper sends a long ball up. Does it get deflected out? It does. It will be a Minnesota throw. 57th minute. 1-0 Loons. They have survived.
They have. And, to use another NCAA example, survive and advance, right? And right now, Minnesota is surviving and ready to advance. Looking at some of these statistics here, Mike, that we didn't get into as much at halftime, as it stands right now, Seattle has 60% of the possession. Like they're dominating this game. They're controlling every part of this game except the scoreline, and that's got to change. Obviously, let me state the obvious here. That's got to change if they want to move on. They're working a little bit more in the offensive third, and we'll see if I'm looking for Minnesota to make a defensive sub within the next 5 to 10 minutes, at most in the next 10 minutes here. We'll see what Adrian Heath does. I mean, he's already down Metnier. He already had to bring Dotson in for that. I don't know if there's anyone on that Minnesota bench that you want to come in and mark Ruidíaz, Ladero, or Morris in this kind of situation, Mike. What do you think? Mike, check your mic. You're muted.
Nope. Sorry about that. I don't like that. I mean, you've already got Dotson off the bench, so your depth in defense off the bench has already been hit. Yeah. To me, I'm leaving things as is until I'm kind of playing chess with Brian Smetzer right now. If I'm Adrian Heath, see what he does. If he brings somebody in, maybe you adjust to counter that. But what you're doing right now is still working, even though you just got scored on and got ruled off controversially at that. To me, I'm holding tight. Ladero sends the ball back to Ruidíaz, gets blocked. Morris comes in and sends it over to Christian Roldan, but Molino, breaks it up, sends it up to Reynoso up the left-hand side, sends a long ball over to Robin Lode, who has just been invisible this game. See that? I said invisible instead of invincible. You like that?
Hey, you're improving your speaking skills from last game.
Hey, you know what? Invincible needs to be, that needs to go into my 2020 quotes. But, Heithager asks, who's your favorite ref in MLS, Mike or Nick? To me, my favorite ref is at the moment is Alan Chapman, even though he completely botched that Orlando, New York City game. I think he's the best ref in MLS. A long ball through the box, gets sent in. Ruidíaz, Morris both miss it, goes out for a throw. Did it take a deflection?
Yeah. They're not going to get that call. It doesn't look like it.
Nope.
As far as my favorite referee, Fotis Pazakos. Fotis.
Well, of course you'd say that,
right? I gotta go with my patrioti here, my Greek brother over there, Fotis Pazakos. Plus, he's got a really good track record. Let's be honest. I'm not just pulling Greek names out of hats here, even though I've done it in the past.
I'll give him that. But you definitely do have that Greek bias, just like I have a TFC bias, right? That's how it goes. But as Ryan Anderson says, all the refs honestly suck. Agreed. It's pro referees, guys. They are not good by any means. Here is Ethan Finley, tries to take a dummy around Nuhu, but he lets it play out and then shepherds it back to Stephen Fry. And Nico Ladero now trying to hurry it up, sends it over to Jovan Jones over on the left-hand side, sends it back into the middle for Christian Roldan to send a long through ball up, and Dane St. Clair comes out to the edge of his box and picks it up. A little bit off on that long ball there, but Jay Jardim says, Nick, 2004 must have been the best year of your life. I'm thinking that has something to do with Greece and the Euros.
Yeah, that was right. Greece actually won the Euros. Yeah, that was pretty phenomenal. And then Athens hosted the Olympics too. So
there you go.
Good times. Lots of parties, lots of celebrations. With how old was I? Was 20.
Oh, Molino takes a long shot, gets blocked by Aymar Gomez, and that was a dangerous little chance there from Minnesota. And now a yellow card on Debasi as Rui Diaz takes a turn and Debasi fouls him. Maybe not worthy of a yellow card, but I feel like Elfat's got to try and just kind of even things out a little bit after that goal that he just took away from him that probably shouldn't have been taken away. Here comes Alex Roldan down the right-hand side, sends it into the middle for Jordan Morris, gets broken up by Minnesota nicely, sends it right back to Alex Roldan. He goes back. He's going to play back to his keeper, Stephen Fry, and they reset to the left. Shane O'Neill now in possession. Sends it up to Nuhu. Yeah. Nuhu over to Christian Roldan, and they're trying to build something out of the back. Keep that pressure on for Seattle.
That's right. I mean, Minnesota is doing a very good job of pressing and keeping their back line in really good shape. So they've got their front three harassing Seattle's defense, and once that ball comes forward, though, their back line is all over it. Clogging the passing lanes, bodying up on Seattle attackers. But Seattle still able to find some possession in and around the 18.
Yeah, that dangerous area. But here's Arrow now over on the left-hand side, sends it into Nuhu, gets a good cross in, but to no one over the top of the box. Now sent to João Paulo. He takes a shot, goes way high, and it'll be a Dane St. Clair goal kick for Minnesota. But yeah, Seattle's still getting good pressure. They're still pushing. How long can Minnesota hold off on Seattle? That's the main question here. Does this game end 1-0? It can't. I mean, it could, right? But dude, it can't. Seattle's gonna score. They've got too much pressure. They're the reigning MLS Cup champions.
It's so MLS though, right? That would be so MLS right now. It'd be so COVID season, everything.
It would
to have Minnesota Columbus right now.
it totally would. And not just that, but Seattle, pressuring, dominating a game against Minnesota and losing on a set piece goal. That would just scream everything. Here's Ladero trying to cross it into the middle. Nothing there. And it was actually offside, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Rudy has got his run off to an early start there.
Frecho SCC, Qatar 2022 final, Argentina versus United States. That would be so 2020, man. That would like bring us back to 2020 and 2022. But I'd love to see it. Doubt it would ever happen, but and I'm talking about Argentina, not the United States. Because the U.S. could make a World Cup final. Argentina, not happening with their World Cup play over the last 20 years. But just kidding.
They'll do it for Maradona, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It'll be the first World Cup since Maradona died. So, yeah, there you go.
But look, it probably won't happen. The U.S. will just have to go on and win it in 2026. Here on
Yep,
home.
at home.
Right?
At home in New York. Daniel Young, Sky Blue Citizens podcast, will be at that game. He's already saving money. He'll be there.
There we go.
And the U.S. will win. Here's a long shot by Jordan Morris off the crossbar.
Oh.
And Nuhu now sends in a cross. Gasper clears it out. Here comes Roldan, takes a shot. It's blocked out by Ozzy Alonso. Seattle putting some heat on now, boys and girls.
And that's
what
exactly
a shot by Jordan Morris.
That's exactly what they needed. You saw them trying to do that a little in the first half with Rui Diaz. As soon as he would get the ball 20 yards out, he just turned and ripped. Jordan Morris doing the same thing here. Gets a little space about 24 yards out, lets it fly, puts it off the crossbar. Oh, my goodness. Seattle can't get any closer, Mike, without tying this game up.
No, they can't. Because
here
of that,
they are,
that
back
ball
again.
6 inches down, it's 1-1. So here's Reynoso now on the left hand, the right hand side for Minnesota. Sends it back to the middle. Grey Goose, who's been kind of quiet, just like Robin Lode tonight. Grey Goose with a bunch of space, sends it out wide to the left for Kevin Molino. Molino slowing things down, sends it back to the middle for Grey Goose. He just pushes it right back to Molino. Molino goes back to Gasper. And now a foul on Alex Roldan, who just fouled Kevin Molino. Man.
It's
What a shot. Here's the play. It was actually a post that play from Jordan Morris. Didn't hit the crossbar, but it was right there in the upper 90 and hit the crossbar. And so Fairchild CC says, I have 36 years. I still remember United States 94 when I was only 10. Maradona, I hope God has you in glory. There you go, man. I remember that. They're Minnesota. Get the fuck out of here. No way. Minnesota off another set piece, and it is 2-0 Minnesota United. Come on.
Wow. And Adrian Heath walking around like, oh, yeah, I guess that's what happens tonight. It's just going to bounce in off some crazy bouts. Oh, my goodness gracious. What is that?
Wow. Reynoso with another assist. Ball into DeBasi. Heads it perfectly right into the corner side netting, and it's 2-0 Minnesota.
Oh, you hate to see that kind of defending. He gets a free run, a clean header. Like, was that Nuhu? Were we talking about? No, that wasn't Nuhu defending. Is that?
Yeah, Nuhu was defending, yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess that settles that discussion. Give me Dotson over Nuhu because Dotson wouldn't let a free runner go right in the middle of the box.
Wow.
Beautiful set piece by Minnesota. Terrible defending by Seattle. Wow. And Mike with the first swear word of the night. That tells you how stunned he was.
That was wow. I just can't believe it's 2-0. I mean, it was funny. I actually just had a conversation with my friend today. We were talking about it on the podcast because she knows me really well, and she's like, dude, you're like a sailor. You're worse of a sailor than me. You swear like every third word. And she's like, but on your podcast, you never swear. Like, what's up with that? And it's true, but it finally came out. So, Nikki, if you're watching, there you go. And it's your wife, Nikki. It's my friend, Nikki. Just
all right. So good. I mean, is that the nail in the coffin, Mike? Like, I'd hate to say with 20 plus minutes left that Seattle's done for.
No, it's not down nothing. If the scoreline is 2-0 in the 85th minute, yes, it's the nail in the coffin. It's not yet. It is not the nail in the coffin just yet. Here comes Kai Kamara in as a substitute now for Ethan Finley. So going a little bit more direct now. But yeah, no, it's not it's not over yet. There's plenty of time here. Nuhu coming out for Brad Smith. Again, kind of more of an offensive substitution, even though he's a defender. And finally, in the 70th minute at 2-0 Minnesota, we finally get our first subs that weren't caused by injury. Roldan taking off Alex because of his yellow card and his persistent fouling on the night. He was one more foul away from getting sent off. But I got to go back a little bit before all this. There was a comment here from Fairchild CC. It was, God, it was it? It was Janstep 2022 final USA versus Canada. That would only be fitting because the first live stream reaction watch along we ever did was USA Canada when Canada won 2-0 at BMO Field over the US. We had 350 views. I think we had like 30 people watch us at one time. And we were like, this is amazing. This is the best we've ever done. This is unbelievable. And we were showing the actual game itself. And then we got copyrighted and got banned for 90 days. I tried appealing it. I sent everything over. They wouldn't let us out of it. So we're not screwing around with that again. But good comment there, Jan Step. I feel you. Man, this is crazy.
Yeah, and one other thing that I've noticed too with this game, as Seattle has a corner opportunity cleared away, they're not getting a lot of those second time opportunities, those second chances, right? It's a shot that hits the crossbar and goes out, or it's a ball that trickles through, no one gets a foot on it, Minnesota clears it away, or it's a corner kick that Minnesota bounces around and then knocks it out. Like, they're not getting second chance opportunities. Meanwhile, Kai Kamara, great substitution, comes in now. He's in the 71st minute, and he is able to just have some hold-up play. And that was my first thought. When he is coming in, you're up 2-0 and you make an offensive substitution? No, that's hold-up play. They want to get the ball to him in deep and just let him hold it up, eat some clock. And you know what? Another set piece. I mean, that's the go for the jugular comment that someone put in. Kai Kamara is deadly on set pieces. And if he can make it 3-0, then that to me is nail in the coffin. But as they say, 2-0, the most dangerous lead in soccer.
It is, especially with 25 minutes left in this game. And Jay Jardim says if Canada qualifies for 2022, that will be good enough for me. Jay, absolutely. As a Canada fan as well, yeah. If they just get there, I'd be happy, no doubt. And then Fair Show, he says, I'm watching from Cordoba, Argentina. I love MLS. Fairchild, you were the first Argentinian to join us, I believe. We've had all over the world. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And we need to add. I think we added Turkey tonight. Now we're adding Argentina. We're worldwide here for MLS, and that just shows how much MLS is growing. And that is absolutely fantastic. So here is Seattle now pressing. Jovan Jones right at the top of the box, goes around Alonso and blocked out nicely by DeBasi, the goal scorer of that second goal. A cross comes through, but by Jovan Jones, but it goes out for a goal kick. He's looking for a deflection for a corner, but no corner. Looks like another sub coming in now. Looks like, is that Will Bruin getting ready to come in? Are they going to put two up top with Rui Diaz and Will Bruin?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, see a Will Bruin sighting here. All right, like this is something. It's very reminiscent of Seattle SKC. I'm sorry, a Minnesota SKC, right? Like Seattle just can't figure it out, and now they're just throwing subs out trying to figure something, and in comes Will Bruin.
Yeah. I don't know. We got Brian White. He's back and so angry. Brian, you should have never left, bro. Like you left, and then it all went to shit. So there's my mouth again. Dude, you gotta hang with us, and maybe now the Sounders will come back. Faircho says, I will subscribe and follow you guys. Awesome. Thanks, Faircho. Appreciate it. Add Argentina to the list of SOPSoccer subscribers and followers. Oh, so here's most playoff goals of active players. Josie Altidore leads that list with Bradley Wright Phillips. God, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah, well, who are that's 1 and 2, but who are 3, 4, and 5? All Seattle Sounders players, all on the pitch right now. So this game far from over, but when you get into that 80th minute, it might be over. I hate to call it early because right now we're just seeing a lot of back and forth play, and Minnesota is completely happy with seeing the ball just kind of tennis match back and forth up and down the field with no real clear-cut chances by either team. They're happy to play this clock game right now. And as well as the broadcast puts up another statistic, Reynoso with the most assists in a single playoff run here in MLS history. So
wow,
this is a great run for Minnesota, right? I mean, we can't take away from that. We keep talking about how bad Seattle's playing or how they can't find everything, but that's because they're playing from the point of the favorite, the potential repeat champion, and all that sort of thing. But but Minnesota, give them credit.
Rui
they had
Diaz with a great takedown there. Bruin with a shot, and it's a goal. 2-1. Seattle's back on. Brian, I told you, man, you got to be here. Yeah, you said his friend needed to talk. So, well, now that you're back, it's 2-1 Seattle. Rui Diaz, let me talk about that. Rui Diaz with an unbelievable first touch on this ball in from Kelvin Leardom. Somehow brings it down, takes the shot, it gets blocked, falls right to Will Bruin, and he now joins Josie Altidore and Bradley Wright Phillips. All right, 2-1. This game ain't over, man. 75th minute.
Oh my goodness, Mike. I'm loving this. And you know what? St. Clair in great position. You know, maybe the deflection to get when the ball ended up in front of Bruin just slowed him down a bit. But holy cow. Great strike by Bruin. Great subs, right?
Absolutely.
That's debatable. Just says it. Super sub. Will Bruin here. Excellent move by Schmetzer. So maybe it's not the Kansas City game all over again. These subs are making an impact here.
Hey, and Ankit Wright, thanks for joining, Ankit. Appreciate it. Coming back to us here. Seattle will win. There you go. Man. And oh, look at Ryan Anderson. Is Mike going to nail it? Hey, you know what? It's looking good for me right now. It's looking good. Remember, my prediction at the beginning of the game was 2-2 in regular time, 3-3 through extra time in Seattle on penalties. We will see what happens. So, man, Will Bruin, first goal in the postseason this year, 9 career postseason goals. Svensson coming in for Seattle. Defensive mid. Will they push him up further? He's coming in for Jovan Jones right now. So maybe he gets pushed up a little bit further. Maybe they push Christian Roldan up and leave Svensson there with João Paulo, or vice versa. Shoot João Paulo up. I don't know. It's going to be look at this. Brian White says, "Let's effing go, Will Bruin 2020." There you go. There you go. You know, here's a nice ball to Rui Diaz. He makes a little touch off to the left-hand side. He's got Will Bruin on the right, sends the cross into Jovan Jones and Will Bruin, and it's cleared out by Michael Boxall or Jan Grey-Goose. I can't tell which one. Both tall white guys with the same haircut. So here's Yamar Gonzalez, sends it up to Ladero, 78th minute. Boys and girls, we've got a hell of a finish here.
This is something, Mike, you know, and we talked a lot about we haven't talked a lot about it. One of the storylines coming into it was that, you know, Minnesota's never defeated Seattle, and for them to do that here would be just an extreme accomplishment, right? To knock off the reigning champion, the first time you ever beat them on their home pitch. It's something that maybe was driving Minnesota, you know, one of those little bulletin board type of things, you know. But the game's far from over.
Inebrius joining on. Hey guys, Sounders fan here from Panama. This is a great stream. Thank you so much, Inebrius. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's add Panama to the list. We've added Turkey and Argentina tonight. Again, we don't have a subscriber from Panama, so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Everybody who's watching that has not hit that subscribe button, get on it, because we've got a 1,000 YouTube subscriber challenge. We want to give away $250 Visa gift card. When we hit that 1,000, we are going to do a special live episode to draw a winner of the 1,000 subscriber challenge for a $250 Visa gift card. It is that simple. I don't care where you live. If it's China, Turkey, Argentina, Panama, we will send you a $250 Visa gift card. I can't wait to give away some money, man. And as we speak of that, I want to thank everybody who supported us. And if you want to win a free $5, download CashApp, put that referral code in, FRQWGRS. Link up your debit card, send us $5. You're going to get 10. That's $5 in your pocket. You can then just move that right to your debit card, and you make $5 for supporting our show. It's crazy. I've done it with my wife's phone, my daughter's phone, and I'm trying to get Nick to do it. He still hasn't done it. I'm about to kick his ass. Next time I see him, it's coming, Nick. So get on it.
Okay, Mike. We know what you're like.
So here comes Brad Smith now, sending it up to Ladero. Ladero tries to get the cross into Rui Diaz. Debasi screws it up, and Rui Diaz sends it wide, goes back to Rui Diaz, and cut out nicely by Ozzy Alonso. A nice clearance there by Gasper and Roldan. Both go down holding their knees. That looked like a nasty challenge that both guys, that was a 50-50 ball, man. There was no foul on either one of them there.
Yep. Alfred stops play here. That is tough.
It is.
That is tough. Especially, I mean, for Seattle, one of your best players goes down and you're losing, flow of the game on top of it. Roldan is in pain. That does not look good. I mean,
right the back of the calf, and then he kind of rolled over the leg there. Yeah, it does not look good at all.
Yeah, you're hoping that he just pulled something and that it's not, any sort of ligament damage right now.
I'm looking like it's looking like the ankle to me. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Watch that ankle, and it's kind of flopping there when he went down to ground. So that's not pretty. But it was funny. Ryan Anderson says no Panamanian sub from the Panama U.S. stream. Surprisingly, not. It was crazy. We actually had a huge contingent of U.S. fans, which is nice because the last game, the first game I ever went to was USA against Ecuador in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. And dude, it was like 30,000 Ecuadorian fans to like 5,000 U.S. fans. And that's slowly switching. If U.S. would stop scheduling games in New York against Costa Rica, we probably have the higher amount of fans. So, yes, and there he says, then again, no Welsh subscribed for my USA Wales stream, so it isn't that crazy. Nope. So appreciate, you guys coming on and hanging out there, especially, I can't even, all these damn comments, man. There's so many of them. Thanks everybody for jumping on. This has been so much fun. We got 90 something watching through Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Lots of fun here.
Yeah, and I don't know what they're looking at right now. They're holding up. I mean, Roldan's back on his feet, so it looks like it was just nothing too serious. Just kind of the shock of the impact and the foul of them going down and getting tangled up. I mean, he's shouting for a penalty, and no one's kind of looking at it. The referee gives him a drop ball, and Seattle, picks it up and tries to move quickly.
Morris, a nice shot, but he gets blocked off.
Yeah, and again, he's taking those shots.
Kevin Marino now. Oh, they call a foul there. Wow, that's a tough call there. That was not a foul. Now Seattle takes it quickly, sends it over. Here comes the cross into the middle. DeBasi gets his head to it. Ladero sends it back into the box. Boxall. And Will Bruin sends it over to Rui Diaz on the left. He shoots, and it's right at St. Clair, who gets down and makes the save. 83rd minute. Seattle down by a goal.
I mean, they're still the team that's dominating the possession. They're still the team that's in control of the game. But they're still the team that's down in the score sheet, Mike. It's again one of those crazy scenarios, and I kind of hope they get the goal now, right? Like I forget my bedtime. That was shot a long time ago. Let's let Seattle get this goal, and let's get another half hour worth of this game because it's been so much fun. So much energy, so much excitement, good opportunities on both sides, and I don't want it to end. Give me 30 more minutes of these Western Conference playoffs. This is great stuff here. And yeah, Jay Jardim says this is going to be the longest 7 minutes for Minnesota supporters, and he's absolutely correct. Greg with a great question as well. Does Seattle have enough gas left? It certainly looks like it at this point.
Yeah, they do.
They got those subs.
And there's Rui Diaz sends the ball through, but it gets blocked off nicely, and St. Clair steps up. Yeah, Seattle's got plenty of gas left. They're not looking tired at all. They're fine. As Brian says, I'm not having fun. Agreed, Brian. I wouldn't be having fun either if I was in your shoes, and I've been in your shoes plenty of times. Seattle, they've still got it. They're still pushing forward. Minnesota is playing well. But Seattle still got plenty of time. There's about 10, maybe 12 minutes left in this one. Yep. Ryan Anderson says, what a finish this is. Yeah, we're in for a hell of a finish here.
Meanwhile, Minnesota has gone in total time-wasting mode. It's just started the 85th minute. St. Clair, anytime the ball comes back to him in the goal, he's dribbling around with his feet until someone pressures him to pick it up.
That's dangerous, man. That's a long time. That's dangerous.
You're very true. You make a great point. But now we saw a foul against Seattle here, and Minnesota took their sweet time getting that in. They get another corner. I'm sorry, not a corner kick. They get a throw in Seattle's defensive third. They're taking their sweet time walking over there. And at this point, I'm with the comment on YouTube here. Guys and gals like me, Fitness Brian, throw everything at it, push forward. Goal differential doesn't mean anything right now,
man. And here's a run now from Will Bruin. He's on DeBas. He sends it in to Ladero. No, Rui Diaz, and he gets cleared out by Minnesota. Hey man, cover me here for a minute. I got to go get my hat. I'm feeling naked over here without my hat. You can tell I'm going bald. So I'll be back in a second.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So now we've got a free kick that Seattle wins. In the attacking third, they're going to be able to swing this one in the box if they choose. This could definitely be a great scoring opportunity from them. We'll see what they end up doing with it. It's a long free kick into the box, but short. Does not get into a dangerous area. Minnesota able to clear it back as Seattle kind of recovers it on defense. Now we had a comment here asking from Andre Wingard, who's the MVP so far in this game. At this point, you got to look at Minnesota. You got to look at Reynoso with the goal, as well as the free kicks that he sent in. He's got the goal and the assist, I think. So he's got to be the MVP, but a lot of guys on Minnesota have definitely stepped up. Now, if Seattle were to come back and win this game, you got to look at your goal scorers for it, because no one else has been able to find the back of the net for them right now. But we're into the 87th minute now. Seattle still maintaining possession, bringing the ball up the left, but a foul gets called as who is that? Is that as the Seattle player there, Svensson, I think, is trying to establish position. And no, that's not Svensson. As he's trying to establish position to win that ball back, commits the foul. Very soft, little tic-tac. I would have liked to see that get let go, but now Minnesota is able to kill probably another 30 seconds off the clock here as they wait to put this ball back in play. And interesting, he lobs one into the offensive third there for Kamara, losing possession on it. I would have thought he would have played it back to try and kill some more clock. Mike, got your hat back, got your Toronto Blue Jays hat there. This has been interesting. This has been interesting here. Minnesota not doing their best to kill it off.
If I've got to put an MVP of this game for Minnesota, Reynoso, absolutely, goal and an assist. Actually, you know what? Seattle, I'd have to put Ladero. He's been everywhere. He's on the ball. Even though Will Bruin got that goal and Rui Diaz had a great touch, I mean, Ladero's been playing unbelievable tonight. As Step says, Rhett is the MVP so far. Agreed. Right now, it's a 1-goal game. And don't forget that goal that got taken away, that Rui Diaz buried by that weak foul. So, I mean, to me, that's tough. I'd love look, I called it live. I said, no, that was a foul live. When we watched the replay, I didn't think it was a foul. So Seattle Sounders, let's see if they can't get this one back and get this thing into extra time.
Which is funny because that's the exact opposite of how the official saw it. He let it play on, and then on VAR called the foul. Meanwhile, right. Seattle's still maintaining possession. You know, Minnesota is completely happy just to bunker right now and just knock the ball out. They are not they're not worried about maintaining any sort of possession. We are in the 89th minute now, Garrett. 89th minute.
Oh, there's a chance there for Morris. Sends it back to Svensson. Svensson sends it up. It gets blocked out. It'll be a corner kick here for Seattle. And Garrett says, how much time is left? And we got about a minute of regular time. I would guess probably 4 minutes, maybe 5 with some home cooking for stoppage time. So probably a total of 5 to 6 minutes left. And same thing, Alex Jackson there. Thanks for joining. Oh, there's Rui Diaz at the back post. He ties it up in the 89th, 90th.
Oh, my gosh. And it's everything we've been talking about, Mike. Oh, my goodness. 2-2 in the 90th.
Damn it, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe now. We watch my picks and predictions. Watch our MLS Cup preview and prediction coming up. Holy shit, Brian, if you're on, what did I tell you? Stay on this stream. Seattle's going to end up winning this in penalties. I'm telling you. Rui Diaz at the back post, and it's 2-2 as we head into extra time. Holy crap.
What have we been saying, Mike? They need better set pieces. That one finally gets into a dangerous area. They need to get on second chance opportunities. Rui Diaz cleans it up on the back post. They need goals from their stars. Rui Diaz buries it. Seattle, it finally plays off for them. We still got stoppage time here, Mike. This
There's still 4 minutes now. 4 minutes has been listed up of stoppage time. Dude, and J. Jardim, fucking right you did, man. He says, did I not say way back Seattle ties it in the 89th? He did.
He sure did.
Seattle ties it in the 89th. Now, I will just say, Jay, I don't know. When I was looking at that clock, when that ball went into the back of the net, it was like 89:04, which would technically make it the 90th minute. So I don't know. We'll have to see what the official time is here. But Ryan Anderson says, Mike just called it. I'm not taking anything away from you, Jay, because damn good call, just like me. Jose Mera, Seattle Sounders fan, been with us for so long, man. He's fired up. Let's go with the F-bomb. Hell yeah. Dude, this is crazy. And Jose says, I need life at alert, Jesus. Truth, brother, truth. And Greg the Kill Switch says, as a Crew fan, I'm loving this. Yeah, because whoever wins this game is going to your house. So they're playing with a day less rest, traveling across the country to play your boys who are sitting at home. So, yes, as a Crew fan, absolutely. Man,
meanwhile,
Seattle, I love being a Minnesota sports fan, FML, Alex Jackson, a Loons fan. Wow.
Alex Jackson, we're from Chicago. We know. We know what you're going through.
I'm a Toronto guy, and, here's a chance here. Rui Diaz on the left, shoots. Oh, my God. It gets blocked and hits the post. Rui Diaz is close to giving Seattle the win. Oh, my God.
And he's laughing. He's laughing because he knows that was in. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Now corner kick. Sends it in. It's blocked by Alonso with a shoulder. Ooh, does VAR come back to haunt?
Oh, VAR giveth and VAR taketh, or vice versa. This one
says we are choking. No, that's not you choking. That's the reigning MLS Cup champions bringing it right now. But thank you, big old flubbers. Appreciate it. Here comes Ozzy Alonso. Sends it to Diabasi. Sends up a long clearance up the middle of the field. Yeimar Gomez in possession. Sends it up to Rui Diaz. Rui Diaz out wide to Ladero. Ladero looking for the run of Jovan Jones or Kelvin Leardom. Excuse me. He sends it back to Christian Roldan. Roldan from the top corner of the box sends it in to Morris. Morris on his right foot, blocked out for a corner kick in the 93rd minute.
Oh, my gosh, Mike. Are we going to see a stunner here? Is he going to actually get a good corner kick off? He does!
God, I need a cigarette.
I can't believe this is happening.
No way.
We just watched Seattle come back from 2 down to take the lead in stoppage time. I cannot believe this.
God. Oh, my God. Oh.
This is insane.
What?
This is insane.
Holy shit.
I don't know what I'm watching anymore, Mike. The MLS has totally taken every expectation of soccer that I've had and flipped it on its head.
Oh my God, this is insane.
And it was their subs too, right? You had Rui Diaz with 1, but you had Will Bruin and Svensson with the 2. Holy cow. And finally, again, the cross gets into a dangerous area. Carvey Sando, RIP Loons fan.
Wow.
Oh, man. This is spectacular. Give me your opinion. Give me your thoughts.
Dude, I'm speechless right now. I am absolutely speechless. Like, this is in the 90th, 89th, 90th minute, they tie it up and then they go ahead and take the lead in stoppage time? Like, what? This is insane. Seattle's going to another MLS Cup final. Like, and brother BKL Contreras, that's another thing I'm like flipping out about. We got 143 viewers on with us right now, 146 now, 160 through Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. And this is just, I mean, what? I mean, my advice, LMAO, I bet $10 on Seattle, and they were down to $110. Absolutely.
Yeah,
well,
great time to throw
sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Seattle is Western Conference champions. There's the final whistle. It's over, boys and girls. Minnesota with an epic blow up. Like, I can't even believe it.
Don't say this is a Minnesota blow up. Say this was a night for the Sounders to show why they're champions, right?
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just reading the stream over here. Pareto Education. Thanks, guys, for the stream. Hey, absolutely. Go check out Ryan Anderson. He's going to be doing a RSR recapping this game. Go check out his channel. Wow, Seattle Sounders, dude. Jose Mera, I can die now. I am in complete shock right now. Complete shock.
I mean, the look on Dane St. Clair, the Minnesota goalkeeper's face, says it all. And he didn't know what hit him. Minnesota is going to look back and say,
hey, Alex Jackson, time to found the noose. I don't know what that talks about, but bro, don't even play with that shit, brother. Life goes on, my man.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
But damn, dude, Seattle, holy shit. I can't even believe it. And as Jan Step says, your wife got it 3-2 Seattle. If she's still awake, wow. Allison, well done.
Woken her up. My shouting from here, I had 45 minutes away, may have woken her up.
Wow. Man, here's Vin's. My prognostic, more than 4.5 goals. Well done on that. Dude, the bets. Hey, we got lots of bet talk going on over here. So everybody who's watched our picks and predictions, those of you, Jose Mera called it 3-2. Ryan Anderson called it. Guys, if you bet, check out Insight Betting. Insight, INSIGHT _betting on Instagram. These guys are awesome. They are on a lock. Their shit is fire. Go check them out on Instagram. Sign up for their 2-day trial. Send them a message. Tell them that we sent you, Sons of a Pitch Soccer. And wow, get that betting advice. Seattle Sounders going through to MLS Cup Final to visit the Columbus Crew. Wow.
Oh man, Mike, I'm emotionally and physically spent after all of these playoff games, especially this one tonight. Like we've seen everything possible that could happen, and as much as I love and value the supporter shield and the regular season and everything, nothing beats the excitement of this kind of playoff atmosphere. This is incredible, Mike. This is why we do what we do, for stuff like this and for conversations like we're having. Fantastic stuff. And everyone, Minnesota is cursed, did the version of Cruz Azul. Like, this is insane, right? I'm loving it, Mike. I love it. This is sports. This is soccer. Phenomenal.
It is. I mean, this is sports, and I gotta put something out here. So Wednesday night, we've got the US MNT against El Salvador. We'll be doing a live stream reaction for that. So make sure you guys subscribe, turn on those notifications so that you don't miss any of our awesome American soccer content. We'll be live to talk about that one. And then right after that, we will be live for our MLS Cup Final preview and prediction. Both Nick and I will be on it. And just, Nick, you can vouch for me on this one. I sent this to the email yesterday at 4:34 p.m. And I'm going to put it up. Here's our thumbnail for MLS Cup Final preview and prediction. Columbus Crew, Seattle Sounders. I was that confident, and I was scared towards the end of the game that I totally jinxed Seattle, but I didn't. They get the victory. They're an MLS Cup Final. Make sure you guys join us live for this MLS Cup Final preview and predictions. We'll give our score predictions in that game and get you set for a live stream reaction Saturday night. Make sure you guys join us for that as well. We had a great night tonight. 68 likes, 110 viewing right now. Probably 30, 40 subscribers tonight. I don't even know how many views. But we've got a special treat in store for our MLS Cup Final. Top donation winner will get a prize. We are going to have a running top donation box down there. So you guys through Cash App, hit that donation. We will put that up there. Wow, what fun. I'm losing my voice over here. I've been talking so damn much. Nick, final thoughts before we wrap this up.
What haven't I said already, man? What haven't we said already? It's just so much fun. And I'm glad that we get to have this much fun with everyone who's on the stream, everyone who's watching and commenting. Thank you guys. Don't forget, like and subscribe here on YouTube and on the podcast. Every click, every subscription gets us closer to more sponsors, bigger conversations, bigger networks, and more people. And that's what we're trying to do here. Grow the game through conversation. So thank you, everybody.
Absolutely. Big thank you, guys. Keep it up in the chat. Lots of fun tonight. This has been amazing. We'll see you guys Wednesday night for USMNT against El Salvador and our MLS Cup Final preview and prediction show. And we'll be back next Saturday night from Columbus. Columbus Crew hosting the Seattle Sounders after an unbelievable comeback. Down 2-1 in the 89th minute. The Sounders break the Loons' heart and head to MLS Cup Final for the fourth time in 5 years. Unbelievable run by Seattle. Good night, everybody. We'll talk to you all very, very soon.
Bye.